Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. My name is Randy Cochrane, and I am the Director of National Growth and Development for Equity Real Estate. And we appreciate you jumping on our webinar today on mastering AI in real estate and staying ahead of the curve. And as we head into 2025 and artificial intelligence is really making a big difference and impact in real estate agent businesses, and we'll continue to do that. So staying on the leading edge is imperative for you and your business. And to help you do that, we have a special guest today that's also one of our amazing equity brokers. This is Dr. Mike Searcy. He is a leading AI strategy consultant. He's an educator, an author, and he is revolutionizing the way that businesses and individuals understand and leverage artificial intelligence to elevate their personal empowerment and business success. And through his comprehensive AI training programs, workshops, and consulting services, Mike empowers organizations and professionals to embrace AI as a tool for growth, innovation, and future proofing their real estate businesses. And as you log into the web meeting today, it's awesome if we can see your smiling faces. So turn on those webcams so that we make sure that everybody's engaged. But today we are going to be sharing with you some valuable information and tools that can take your business to the next level in the coming year. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the time over to Dr. Searcy, and he is going to just literally blow you away with the information he's going to share today. So Mike, the floor is yours.
Wow, that's quite the setup. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. I am really excited to be here. I am not only all of that with artificial intelligence and a recovering college professor. I am also a branch of a real estate broker for equity in both Arizona and soon to be Illinois. With all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and share screen, and we're going to go ahead and start looking at some things with AI. I will tell you, of course, that when we're looking at AI in particular, there are a number of things that we want to pay attention to, because part of what we're looking at is, in terms of AI, is why AI and why now. So one of the first things we want to look at is, hey, do you have AI fever? One of the things that all of us are saying, when we say, we're going to take your business to the next level, what in the world does that mean? Do we actually start looking at things in terms of, you feel like you're falling behind in your industry, in the real estate industry in particular, while others are soaring ahead, and you're wondering why and how? AI can transform your career or your business, or all of your real estate outreach, but you feel completely lost on where to begin. I was there. You are stuck in a loop, repeating the same old school actions without any real breakthrough. We kind of get into that whole thing about Einstein suggesting what the definition of what insanity is, the definition of insanity, uh, where we wind up doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same, different results. Well, AI could actually tell us a little bit about changing some of that. You're frustrated because your peers are crushing it with AI while you're still stuck in the basics, wondering, I don't even know where to begin and how to start. You're at the point of no return with technology, feeling there's no way to keep up and stay relevant. Interesting concepts we're talking about, and what I'm going to call a perfect storm that was brewing for quite some time. Whereas if you think about AI and the development of modern language programming, natural language programming, some of the things that were happening kind of produced this perfect storm, this nexus, if you will, that allowed that revolution to happen just a few years ago. And that's kind of where we got what kind of clicked all of this. We had the pandemic of 2020. Everybody was staying home. And while everybody was staying home, there became this really wild preference for online activity. we were doing everything online because we were told to stay home. That whole quarantine thing of this nature. And at the same time, during this time frame, the AI revolution was happening in that the actual expertise, AI technical knowledge was starting to come down because all of the experts were saying, how do we make coding? How do we make all of this access to natural language programming accessible to the average human being? And they did it. They did it so that we were able to create an opportunity for the coding to be natural language so that the coding for the programming could actually accept natural language as we speak it. And I'm going to show you some of that today. But as we're able to speak, so the interpretation happens, and then we're able to actually turn that into something with AI. The great thing about that is that access to AI and that coding and the fact that we all had to stay at home and we were all on our computers kind of all happened at the same time, and poof. That is probably the nexus point for what we're calling the AI revolution. Now, the next real movement that's going to happen is you can see the red line and the yellow line on my screen, they're starting to go away from each other. It's because those of us now who actually understand and use and become good consumers of AI are going to be far and above, way ahead of everybody else. That's why AI is so important. And when we talk about being able to take things to the next level, we're talking about embracing what I'm going to call the AI power shifts. And these are the power shifts that will help you create more wealth, income, and impact without technical or marketing skills. Isn't that fantastic? So here's where when we say, I'm going to help you take your business to the next level, this is the goal right here. Right here is what the next level is. That if you can achieve more in less time, reclaiming 5 to 15 hours of productivity every week, allowing you to focus on high impact work. What if you can take all the time you spend, creating ads, all the time you spend prospecting, all the time you spend, and actually boil that down to automated systems such that you're able to then spend all of your real productivity time doing what you should be doing and can do and are doing best, building relationships, being face to face with clients, being able to say, what can I do to actually help you buy a house today? And I'm not getting caught up in hours of minutia in social media marketing and preparing posts and actually writing descriptions of things and things of this nature. So here's an example. This is an example, and if you will indulge me, um, in fact, we may have to, I realized just as I did this, I'm going to stop sharing for just a quick moment, and I'm going to reshare, Randy, and I'm going to reshare because I forgot to share sound. Oops, are we seeing the screen that we were looking at before?
We're seeing
Nope,
80.
I don't think so.
Yep.
We're seeing ideogram. Okay, so let me do that one more time. So I'm going to share. I want to make sure that I'm sharing sound, share over to this. Okay, so this should do it. So what I've done with the use of AI, now this is as simple as it can get in many cases. In one AI platform, I uploaded my resume. And in that AI platform, I asked it to create a introduction for Mike Searcy. And then what I did is I uploaded that script into another AI platform and asked it to read it with emphasis. And that's what we're looking at here. And I'm gonna play it if you'll indulge me for a moment.
Dynamic and visionary leader with over 20 years of experience spanning real estate, mortgage, executive consulting, and education. As a certified artificial intelligence specialist, CAIS, and trainer, CAIT, Mike Searcy specializes in AI strategy, readiness, and implementation, empowering businesses, educational institutions, and professionals to thrive in the age of AI. Known for leading high-performing teams, developing innovative strategies, and delivering impactful training, Mike consistently drives growth and transformation across multiple industries. With a focus on leveraging AI to future-proof organizations, he is dedicated to helping others navigate the evolving technological landscape while maximizing personal and professional success. A published author, Mike's work reflects his commitment to education, innovation, and results-driven leadership.
Now, the beautiful part about that is I didn't pay anybody to actually read that. I just dumped it into an AI platform and asked the AI platform to read it. I didn't write it. I gave them a bunch of facts and knowledge, like my resume and things like this, into an AI platform and asked it to produce the script. Now, another little trick, that's a real handsome fellow you're looking at on that picture there too, right? That's an AI enhanced version of me. As you can see, it's much better looking than I am. So one of the great things about this is we can
Dynamic and visionary leader.
I didn't want to do that. There we go. So one of the great things about this is we can actually create and actually save ourselves lots and lots of time. So a couple of books I've put together kind of on AI in particular. They exist. I'm going to read this only because Randy specifically asked me to make sure I read all my slides for closed captioning purposes. So it says about Mike Searcy, published 10 books on AI, real estate, and public speaking. Why AI being one of them, how to embrace AI for personal empowerment and business success, Beginner's Guide to Embracing AI for Real Estate Agents, Unshakable Speaking, and Aging in Place, the Power of Reverse Mortgages for Financial Freedom. Let's dive into how AI can work for you, because AI can change how we work and live to be more productive and future-proof your career. So, what I'm looking to do, today I'm going to cover my top 10 platforms that I think every business person ought to be engaged with. My top 10 AI platforms, the majority of which you don't even need to be paying for. You can access for free. And these are the platforms that are specifically outside of the real estate realm. Because one of the interesting things to note is you're already using AI within your real estate platforms, whether or not you already know it. Most CRMs, for instance, have websites that are attached. And when somebody goes to your website on the CRM and they press, I like this house, I want to look and more information about this house, your background AI work that's already happening with the CRM is creating a search for them and automatically creating a series of things and sending them out regularly to that individual in your name, as if you're doing all that work. And that's work you don't have to do. You're saving all that time immediately and looking like you're a superhero on top of things, sending all these things. So those top 10 that are the top 10 platforms that I'm going to suggest that you engage in for various and sundry reasons. Number one, Ideogram. You'll notice I didn't say ChatGPT first. I think it's important, but it's not the only thing out there. And when all people are saying, I'm going to teach you AI, one of the first and sometimes the only place they ever run to is ChatGPT. It's a really wonderful tool, but it's not the be all end all. I'm going to first suggest to you probably one of the most useful pieces that you can get to is Ideogram. That's where we're going to start, and then we're going to look. Then I'm going to tell you that it's worth you're looking at QR Code Monkey as number 2, Scribe How number 3, Suno number 4, Canva AI. And Canva AI is much more than just what you're thinking in terms of Canva if you've been a regular Canva user for years. And then Aragon, ChatGPT, yep, it's in there, and it's important, but it's not the primary. 11 Labs, InVideo, and HeyGen. Those are my top 10 selections that I would say every business person who wants to interact with the public and do any kind of marketing and actual automation needs to be involved with. So where are we going to find those in particular? ChatGPT. Now these are the order of as they're listed in this order in my book, which my most recent book. So I want to do a list them here in that same order. ChatGPT can be found at chatgpt.com. And you can see, for example, that GPT, everybody asks the question. So it's right here on the screen. What does GPT mean? GPT, generative, the model generates text, meaning it produces responses or content based on input. That's your input. Pre-trained, it's pre-trained on a vast amount of text data before being fine-tuned for specific tasks, meaning it's already been loaded up with the entire library. It knows everything in its database. It's already got all the text of just about everything in it. Transformer, GPT. This refers to the model architecture that processes and understands language patterns. The transformer architecture is particularly effective for handling sequential data like text. Now let's talk for a moment about what that means, because this is important for us to understand the theory behind what we're doing. Sequential data prediction, predictive language analysis. So sometimes we get that the chat GPT has hallucinated. It has made stuff up that actually isn't true. What it's actually doing is it's predicting from your patterned language where it thinks you're going, and it's filling in the blanks. And being able to fill in the blanks is amazing, but it's also important for us to keep checking it, that it stays within the range of reality. So ChatGPT, ideogram. If you are one of these people that has ever paid for stock photos, I'm that old. I used to pay for stock photos for advertising and the like. If you're one of these people that's ever paid for stock photos or been searching through Google and the like for photos to fit what you're actually trying to do for your postings or your advertising, etc., stop. Just stop now. Ideogram will create all those pictures. I've done all my illustrations for all my books with ideogram, including the book covers. And this is pretty exciting stuff. So ideogram can create. In fact, the time that we have today, we're going to play a little bit in ideogram. And I'm going to show you how we can actually create some amazing stuff in specifically in ideogram. But it'll create because you ask for a picture and you tell them what you want in the picture. You remember I just talked about predictive language? It's filling in the rest of the blanks. That's why it fills in all this other beautiful stuff into your picture that you didn't specifically ask for. All right, next one, Suno. Suno.com is an amazing music creator. You need a jingle for your a jingle for your agents. Your real estate, either for an agent or for a neighborhood campaign that you're going to go do for, try and do that. You're doing recording cards. You want to set, whether you open them up and they have your stuff you've recorded, for example, into greeting cards. You can actually create and record songs as specific as I want to sell your house on 123 Main Street, whatever it might be, as part of the lyrics. It's pretty amazing stuff. So you can do some pretty fancy songwriting, jingle writing, background music for open house videos. You can do some great music for during the open house, all very custom, even with the lyrics that are doing nothing but supporting your business. So if it's catchy enough for people to really get into, then you're going to find that it's really working. I mean, I call it an earwig. One of the jingles that I use for my mortgage side, if Randy doesn't shoot me for sharing this part, one of the, my website for my mortgage side is called brokeringloans.com. And so the jingle that I had Suno help me create, brokeringloans.com, right? How your real estate dreams take flight. When that's put to music, you can't get it out of your head. And it's what I call an earwig. And it's something that we created through Suno. And it was part of a much longer song, but as you can see, it was the refrain. 11 Labs. You've already seen 11 Labs, or at least heard 11 Labs. That woman's voice who just did the Mike Searcy introduction? That was off of 11 Labs. I created, I dumped the script. Now I did have the script get created on that introduction of me in ChatGPT. Then I took the script and I dumped it into 11 Labs and had 11 Labs recite it and recorded it so that you saw what the end result was in the previous slide. Canva AI has some interesting things here too. By the way, that's me and my mom, a picture of me and my mom, God rest her soul. But Magic Studio is what AI is called in Canva. If you already have access to Canva, you want to go to Magic Studio because it will immediately do things like, and this, we all talk about, can we virtually stage a house? Do we have to pay somebody to virtually stage a house? The answer is not anymore. Um, uh, Jamie, I just saw your text. Yeah, ChatGPT and Ideogram, Suno, 11 Labs, and Canva. That's where I'm at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so um, we are with Magic Studio. Canva AI is called Magic Studio. I'm calling it Canva AI because most of us are familiar with Canva. Canva calls it Magic Studio. But if you put in a picture of rooms from the pictures that you took of a house, you are able, and I have other videos that I've gone through this with my team. You are able to do things like select a spot, put a couch in there that fits in that room. Select the kitchen counter, put a vase with flowers. We've done this with pictures from, for example, with new construction, and actually we added furniture to the empty rooms in the new construction to help the house look a lot more livable, more familiar to a family, not a bunch of echoing rooms. And you can actually do a lot of virtual staging with Canva AI by adding things to it, selecting it and reading it, or also taking things out. It'll remove backgrounds or it'll remove objects. Canva AI is where we're really going to right now for some really amazing editing of specific pictures. Okay, from Canva AI, QR code monkey. QR code monkey. QR code monkey is, we're QR codes are where it's at, right? Everybody wants to actually say, can you just send me the QR code? We're getting a lot of that now. In fact, we're putting the QR code on the back of a lot of my team's business cards. It's like, here's the QR code to what? To my real estate CRM website, maybe. To my mortgage broker's application page, maybe. So you've got lots of options and choices. Where do you want to send them next based on the conversations you're typically having? What's your system? What's your pattern? And where do you want them to go from there? QR Code Monkey. I say that I like this one because with QR Code Monkey, you can put in images and logos in the middle of the QR code, and the QR code is free. You do not have to pay for the creation of these QR codes. So QR codes, and you can personalize them, which is what's great. So that's QR Code Monkey. Aragon. Aragon is where you remember I just told you about that handsome guy on that previous screen looks so much better than me. Aragon is where I do that. Aragon is where we talk about headshots and the like. You take an upload like 5 to 10. I don't remember what their number has to be. 5, 10 pictures, real pictures of yourself. You upload it to Aragon. Now this one does cost, but it costs you a whole lot less money than paying a headshot photographer. So this one will cost, but you upload these pictures, then you tell them what kind of pictures you're looking for: professional headshots, realtor headshots, things like this. And it will take sometimes it'll take a couple of hours truly to produce because their engine does some really good work. But by the time it's done, I've got some amazing pictures, as you can see. And I actually use them in a lot of my marketing and stuff because they look so much better than me. But they at the same time, it's indistinguishable that it is that I was the person who was the base of that. And it's also aspirational for me. I lost a lot of weight recently because of Aragon, meaning I looked at that and I said, boy, I look so much better without that weight. So I had actually decided to get rid of the weight so that I could look more like my Aragon picture. So as far as that goes. So that's the Aragon's where I go for that. In video. In video is where you can do some amazing stuff for creating videos that are faceless. We don't always have to be the person on camera doing all of the video work, doing all the spokesperson work and the speaking parts of all of our videos. We can create some amazing videos by just saying, give me a video on. Now, let me tell you about the last one I just did. The last video I did on NVIDIA was a faceless video where I went to the NAR website and I downloaded the most recent settlement information on why use a realtor based on their whole stuff on trying to produce why use a seller's agent, why use a buyer's agent that they started putting out after the NAR settlement and trying to say as buyer's agents we got to prove who we are and prove our value and prove our worth. I took that information and I dumped that file into ChatGPT. And I had ChatGPT create for me a script based on what it knew about me. And it knows enough about me because I use it often enough. So it tracks everything I've ever done with it. And based on what it knows about me and the NAR settlement documentation and why use a buyer's agent and why use a seller's agent, et cetera. And then I fed it some information about equity and I fed it some information about our real estate team. And then I took that script it produced and dumped it into InVideo. And I had InVideo, and within minutes, it created with stock video footage and other stock footage, it created automatically within minutes a video for both that was aimed at sellers and aimed at buyers. And I made it specifically, then I backed it off. I made it again, made it generic enough so that my agents could send it out and that the agents on my team could send it out and say, here's why you should use me. Here's why you should use me. But it doesn't have them doing all the talking. And we created it within an hour. In fact, I created it during one of our Zoom meetings and I had them watch me do it so that they could actually follow up and do the same kinds of things. InVideo is great for making generic videos where you're not specifically doing the talking. Scribe How is my next one. Scribe How is a great way to teach and train clients and agents alike. Angela, that's a really great question. Can you explain how and why ChatGPT knows who you are? Wonderful question. The answer is in ChatGPT, there is, if you go up to the top right of the screen, there's a drop down where you get to the drop down profile where you can actually go in there and actually fill out a profile. So you can give it some information specifically about yourself. But then at the same time, I have had it help me update my resume, and I've had it acknowledge and read my books, meaning I've uploaded the files of my books to it. And so I have this long-running conversation with it, a couple of long-running conversations with it that's just basically about me. So for example, when Randy asked me, he goes, do you have a bio you can send me? I sent him my whole press kit, which ChatGPT had me help me create, months ago for speaking engagements and things like this. But ChatGPT has a memory. It has a memory that if you use it often enough will be full, and you will have to go through and probably start erasing some of it. But you teach it, and Jamie, you are absolutely correct. You teach it through your questions, how you ask things, how you prompt it, and during that conversation, it learns about how you want it to interact with you. That's what's fantastic. So, okay, Scribe How. Scribe How is this amazing thing where, let's say that you want to try and say, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, buyers. I understand that you are interested in searching on my website for a more customized search for the kind of property you're looking for. Allow me to show you how to do that. Now, how am I going to do that? I'm going to go into Scribe How. I'm going to turn it on. And when I turn on Scribe How, I'm going to go over to my web page where the search is, whether it's the MLS search or anything else. And I'm going to start actually clicking the things that I want to have them click. And every time I click, Scribe How takes a snapshot of the screen. And so it actually is takes an entire process and creates the entire process in a PDF link. And it'll give you the entire step by step by step by step. So now you can either do a quick recording, or you can just add extra script to it in typing to actually bolster that. But then you send them that, and then all they're doing is following the pictures. Oh, he clicked here. Then he clicked here, because it shows you a big arrow where you clicked. And it actually follows through. So for like process and procedures manuals for your agents, or process and procedure lessons for your clients, Scribe How is where it's at. And that's a fantastic thing to do and work with. From there, and my last one, this is number 10 before we actually go into ideogram and play a little bit. So my last one here is HeyGen. HeyGen is where we can actually take a recording, a 2-minute recording of ourself actually suggesting and speaking nonsense. And I mean that realistically, because when I first did HeyGen, I recorded a specific 2-minute recording of myself from memory. I'm a English literature major from way back in my bachelor's degree, and I'm the geek who spent time studying Old English, Middle English, Chaucer, and Shakespeare. Loved it, and spent way more time than I should have in those kinds of books. So I just basically put on my phone, and I put the screen, the recorder on facing me, and I just put the timer on, and I just did wander that April with a shore sota. The droster marsh has passed to the rota and bothered every vein in swish liquor of which virtue. I'm basically reciting Chaucer's Canterbury Tales from memory, just because it's one of those things that, useless things you tucked away in the filed in your head. But what it's doing is it's recording your facial expressions, your facial expressions, and it's recording the sounds you're making when your mouth is moving. You upload this to HeyGen, and it records your voice and your facial expressions, so that now, if I want to take, and this is where it was saving me all kinds of time, because I used to come down to my computer and open up Zoom and record regularly, things for my agents, or things for my clients, like things like bomb videos and things like this, and or videos for YouTube and the like. And this saved me from having to make sure I had my hair right, dressed right, everything in my background perfect, and things like this. This saved me, because once I had that video uploaded to HeyGen, from there on out, all I ever have to do again is just get the script that I want to actually have myself say, upload it to HeyGen, and my avatar, me, that HeyGen created, will speak that script. And 9 times out of 10, it comes out pretty amazing from that perspective. And when I say it comes out pretty amazing, here is an example of it. Now, mind you, this is a picture of me, this is a picture of me, and I am speaking Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. I'm speaking sonnets from Shakespeare. I'm just filling in the time, is what I'm doing with my voice, and speaking randomly in front of one of the American flags at Chicago's Union Station downtown, in the train station, because I happen to have been there for a bit doing something. But then I uploaded it to HeyGen. Then later, it did all that study, and I uploaded a quick notation about my book, one of my books, for example, and this is how it came out.
Are you ready to elevate your real estate career to the next level? Imagine having the power to streamline your daily tasks, attract more clients, and close deals faster, all with the help of cutting-edge technology. Welcome to the future of real estate, where AI isn't just a buzzword, it's a game changer. In Embracing AI for Real Estate Agents, you'll discover how to harness the power of artificial intelligence to transform your business. From automating repetitive tasks to creating eye-catching marketing materials, AI can free up your time, allowing you to focus on what really matters, building relationships and closing deals. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this guide offers practical, step-by-step instructions to integrate AI into your real estate practice seamlessly. Stay ahead of the competition and future-proof your career with insights from industry expert Mike Searcy, PhD. So, are you ready to revolutionize your real estate business? Get your copy of Embracing AI for Real Estate Agents today and take the first step toward becoming a true leader in the industry.
This is a combination. The video was created with HeyGen. The background pictures were created on Ideogram. The book cover was created on Ideogram. The music was created on Suno. It's kind of a confluence of where can I get what I need? And now I will tell you that you can do some of the things on all of these platforms for essentially for free, but but I will tell you in video and HeyGen and Ideogram, I do pay for, full disclosure. The other ones I use for free.
Are you ready?
All right, so, oh, there you go. There's a QR code monkey, QR code. And as you can see, I created an equity real estate superhero on picture to put right smack in the middle of it. So for those of you that for equity may appreciate that, for those of you that aren't, then you'll once you join us, you'll appreciate it. I knew Randy would get a kick out of that one. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to flip and I want to show you, for example, one to two of these. Randy, you just took.
Mike, we have
Yeah.
one quick question. Jamie asked if you like Loom for screen recording.
Honestly, I don't have that much experience with Loom. I just haven't really played. One of the things about a lot of these AI platforms entirely is there's a lot of them out there. And part of what we find is lots of people are going, I don't even know where to start. And I will say that once you find, and I'm not going to say anything bad about Loom because I don't know enough about it to say good or bad, but once you find tools that do work for you, lean into them, because this is how you're going to wind up saving your 5 to 15 hours a week of work and productivity. So, so absolutely lean into those kinds of things. All right, so what I want to do next is I'm going to stop screen share and then re-screen share again, I think, because I want to flip over to Ideogram, which is where I kind of mistakenly went to a moment ago. Okay, Ideogram. This is where I was suggesting earlier that we can create some amazing stuff without having to ever pay for stock images again. So as an example, Randy, give me an animal.
I would like a picture of a horse.
A horse. All right, so let's play with a horse.
Equestrian properties.
Create for me an image of a horse wearing a bow tie and a big smile with large teeth. The horse is a real estate agent standing in front of an equestrian property with other horses in the background and a house up on a hill. There is a for sale sign near the entrance of the property where the horse is standing. And the horse also has a briefcase at his feet with the words "Galloping to Success Real Estate Team." There is a pair of rabbits that are the size of the horse, smiling, looking at the property, and pointing at the property as if they're going to purchase it. The horse is wearing a green suit. So I can ask for these kinds of details, and it will immediately generate 4 versions of what it thinks I want. And even though I threw in a whole bunch of detail that some of you are looking at and going, really, that was a lot. At the same time, it's filling in the blanks, that whole predictive language programming, that sort of thing. It's predicting and going through. So here we go. This is what I came up with. Horse. Now, galloping to success, real estate team on the briefcase. Perfect. I'm not sure what the horse has on its face exactly that came out on that one that it was picking up there, but it does have a bow tie, some interesting hands. The rabbits look like they're more laughing at the horse than at the than pointing at the property, but that's okay. And there's nice horses in the background. What could I do with this? If I didn't quite like this exactly, but this is the best out of all of them that it came up with, I could take this and dump it into Canva AI and have it, for example, identify the text. And it would identify the text on the briefcase and the sign, and it would allow me to change the text on the sign, for example, where it's misspelled. And it would also allow me to maybe remove the rabbits if I decided I didn't like them. But this gave me 4 versions of it. This one I like better. You know, this one has got doesn't have the stuff on its face. Got a couple of houses here, couple of horses in the background, a blue for sale sign. I like that. Galloping to Success real estate team is all there. That's fantastic. The next one, Galloping to Success real estate team. I'm not sure what came out above the sign in the back of the field, if that's a tree or a misshapen horse or what that is exactly. But you can see it's come up with some really great stuff. And this horse has got saddle on it behind it. Oh, I like that Galloping to Success real estate team logo on the briefcase on this one. So Randy asked for a horse. I took it a little bit more in terms of a caricature rather than a real horse specifically. But when we talk about, you know, our ideas for social media, oftentimes if you want to get noticed, you got to capture attention, or if you want to capture attention, you got to get noticed. You know, I've heard that phrase 2 different ways. But the idea is it stunning enough to get people to stop scrolling and go, aha, that's cool, or that's just stupid. And if it's just stupid, they still stopped. And that's what's important, because now they possibly will read what's under there, especially if you have, you know, interested in equestrian properties, you know, let me be your neighbor or something of that sort. So, okay, so I've got less than 15 minutes left to the hour. Let me open up for possible questions or anyone else like to attempt to talk about creating something?
Well, we'll open up to the group for questions. I have a couple comments though, based
Okay.
on what my notes that I've taken so far. First of all, I love that AI will produce the script, number one, and read it, because I don't know how many times everybody else has tried to do just even sometimes a 15-second or a 1 minute quick uh, video to either introduce a property or introduce themselves, something online, and you stumble through it over and over again, and it takes you 15 or 20 minutes to record
Yeah.
something that's 2 or 3 minutes long. And this is very, very beneficial, especially for a lot of agents that are camera shy. There's a lot of agents and business people, frankly, they are very, very good at what they do, but still the number one fear is public speaking, and then I think it's snakes. Most people, the fear of dying is like number five or number six. So people would rather be in the box than outside of the box, uh, speaking their eulogy. So I love that. I also love the real estate jingle. If you can come up with something that sticks in somebody's brain, like Baby Shark or even McDonald's, uh, when you think about a Big Mac being two all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, that commercial has not been out for over 40 years, but everybody still, at least my age, remembers that. And I love that. Also, the Magic Studio. I'm excited about that. I'm also excited about Scribe How, because if you're a team leader for your real estate agents or your training agents, that's a game changer. And then that QR codes, we use QR codes on everything, and the ability to customize those and get very, very strategic with the codes that you're posting. uh, I, I mean, all these tools are amazing, and hopefully everybody that's been in the webinar today and that watches this replay later on YouTube is excited about these tools as I am, because as Mike mentioned, there are so many tools out there that most people just don't know where to start. And I've been using Chat GPT now for a long time, and I use a couple of other AI programs, but I'm not using these, and so I'm really excited to dive into these, and I'm also excited to get your book because it's only $1.
Yep. The link that we put up there, you can actually get that book for $1. So I mean, you can go to Amazon and pay full price, but the website link that I put up with that QR code, it's $1. So
Awesome.
now
Well,
go ahead.
I'll turn the time back over to you.
Okay, so couple other things. Now, we talk about, oh, this is cute. This is all marketing, though. I will tell you that I also created a GPT, and so can you, that actually does my property CMA analysis. And so if you're going to do, and so when I do a property CMA analysis, all I do anymore, because I put in the time in advance to create the GPT, all I got to do now is put in the address, and it'll automatically come up. It'll automatically then ask me, do you have any reports? And I'm like, and the reports it's asking me for, do I have a property RPR report? Do I have an Altos report for that zip code? Do I have a House Canary report? Those reports. It'll take all of that, and then I'll upload those reports, and then it'll basically do a complete analysis and write the report to the seller, that allows me to write the report to the seller that allows me just to hand that report to the seller as part of my listing presentation, including a list price suggestion based on the market, how long we think it's going to be up, and what kinds of other factors are included. So when we talk about ChatGPT, you can do all that kind of stuff as well. So, all right, Randy, but before, as we talk about, how did you link all those platforms together for your book ad? Angela, great question. That basically, I usually use Microsoft products. So, for example, this all was, I created the video on, I uploaded the stuff, let me rephrase, the pictures I uploaded to HeyGen from Ideogram. And then HeyGen allows me to manipulate it into a video. I take the video and download the video and then put the video up on PowerPoint and any of the other pieces I want to. So, which basically, Jamie, you're absolutely correct. So, that being said, let's play one more time. While Randy was talking and he mentioned the word jingle, I'm going to replace your share for a moment here, Randy. See what we came up with. So I threw into ChatGPT, Randy Cochrane, real estate agent, short jingle. Here's a fun, catchy short jingle for Randy Cochrane, the real estate agent. When you're buying,
make sure you put the E on the end of my name.
The E, oh, sorry. When you're buying, selling, or need a plan, call Randy Cochrane, your real estate man. Homes made easy, trust in his hand. Randy Cochrane will help you understand. I went to Suno, dropped it in here, and just basically said, make it country music. And it came up with a couple of songs. Here's one of them.
When you're buying, selling, or need a plan, call Randy Cochrane, your real estate man. Homes made easy, trust in his hand. Randy Cochrane, he'll help you understand. When you're buying, selling, or need a plan, call Randy Cochrane, your real estate man. Homes made easy.
But not to be outdone, it gave me two samples.
When you're buying, selling, or need a plan, call Randy Cochrane, your real estate man. Homes made easy, trust in his hand. Randy Cochrane, he'll help you understand.
And there you go.
Those are both going to the top of the charts.
Yeah, those and I did that while we've been sitting here. I mean, that's what's so incredible about when you really start playing with AI and the platforms and the functions that they can do, you can wind up with some great stuff. We've created, for example, when we have a really great agent on the other side of a transaction who isn't already with Equity, well, a lot of times what we will do is we'll create a song for that agent that include in the lyrics that basically includes inviting them to come join us because we really appreciate their hard work, their professionalism, et cetera, et cetera. And then we send them a song. How many people can actually say that they've had a song with lyrics, a professionally produced song with lyrics and their name in it and all this other stuff ever sent to them as a gift? That's the closing gift we give to the other agent, but it's also a blatant attempt to say, hey, you know what? We'd really love to have you on our team.
Awesome. Well, that's amazing information, Mike. And we appreciate everyone being here today. There will be a replay of this webinar on our YouTube channel. Also, for everybody that did register today and subscribe, even if you're not able to get Mike's book, you'll still have access to this recording, and you'll also be receiving an additional item of value from us in an email as well. But as always, if there's ever anything that we can do to help you take your business to another level or keep more of your hard-earned income, you can learn more about our real estate company at www.itsallinthe.com. And we would love to have a confidential conversation with you about how we can help you with your business in 2025. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Have a powerful and productive day. Be safe out there, and we'll see you in one of our next webinars.